Hey guys, so in this episode we will be installing a head unit. But our head unit is not from Japan because having a JDM head unit, it doesn't make that sense because aside from the buttons are written in Japanese, most of their features only works within Japan. So what we have here is a Pioneer head unit. This is a international version and we will install it without any splicing on your stock wirings. And that includes the stock steering wheel control and auxiliary input functionalities on your car. If your stock head unit connectors are same as this and you are installing a Pioneer head unit, then you can also refer on this video. So what we have here is a 6-pin connector, 20-pin connector, and a 10-pin connector. So without further ado, let's start checking the items needed for doing the harness. First, we need this wiring harness. This will power up the head unit and connects to the speakers. Next, we need this interface module. This will allow us to use the steering wheel controls. And then we also need this harness for the steering wheel control with RCA, which will allow us to use the existing auxiliary input in the vehicle. We also need this bypass module. This will allow us to play videos even the parking brake is not engaged, because most of the head unit comes with a safety feature which doesn't allow you to play videos when the vehicle is in motion. And then lastly, we need this converter cable. We need 2 female RCA going to 3.5mm jack. For all the mentioned items, the final output will be like this. I've been using this harness for the past 2 years without any issue. And the portion right here, I just took off the tape so you can have a better look on the connections. For connecting wires, you can also use the crimping method, but in my case, I like using the soldering method. This photo right here, I took this about 2 years ago. I made a no-cost soldering clamp. And then this one, this is the design of our connection. So the design is like each wire will be hugging each other, and then the remaining end will be rolled to itself, and we will apply the solder at the middle. So let's start with the connections. Let's take this Pioneer connector as our main item. First, let's identify the wires that are not needed. So the violet white is for the reverse camera, so we will not use it. Then next we have the yellow black, so it's for the mute function, so let's set them aside. Then let's start with the speaker wires. We have them in color solid green, green black, solid purple, and purple black. So we just have to color match them to the 6-pin connector. And the 2 remaining wires, which are colored in brown, they are not in use. Here they are. So next, let's get the black wire. The black wire will be connected to 3 other black wires. So here it is. The first black wire is coming from the bypass module. The second one is from the 10-pin connector. And then the last one is coming from the steering wheel control harness. So we're done with the black wire. Let's get the red wire. The red wire will be connected to 2 other red wires. One is coming from the 10-pin connector, it's right here. And then the other one's coming from the steering wheel control harness. So we're done with this. Let's get the green wire. The green wire will be connected to the bypass module. So here it is. And then next one will be connected to the bypass module. It's the blue-white wire going to blue wire of bypass module. And then next we have this orange-white wire. It will be connected to the 10-pin connector. The wire is solid orange, so take note of this. Orange-white going to solid orange of 10-pin connector. And then the remaining wires, which are in color yellow, white, white-black, gray-black, and gray, we just have them to color match on the remaining wires at the 10-pin connector, and you'll have this remaining wire, the blue one, which is not in use. So that's it for the wire connection. And then for the interface module, you just have to plug it in on the steering wheel control harness connector with a black connector, this one. You just have to plug it in, just like that. And then for the RCA, you just have to color match them. So that's it for the harness. We are now done packing the harness. So this is how it looks now. For packing, you can use a Tesa tape. It's like a cloth material. And this is the OEM equivalent, and a lot of automotive electricians uses this. Since we're now ready to install, I'll just show you the inputs of our head unit. So right here we have a USB input. So to get the best out of it, we will be utilizing it. So for doing that, we will also utilize the slot near the shift lever. So here's the shift boot, and here are the slots. So the auxiliary input is the stock of the car, and this one right here, this is a aftermarket. So we have two slots, one for the charger and one for the audio. The audio has a USB, so here it is. And for the charger, it requires a power source. So here are the positive and negative. For the charger of USB, I connected a wire right here behind this bolt. So for connecting that, I use a ring end connector. And then for the positive, we will get from the cigarette lighter. So as you can see, it has a metal part on the center, so that is the positive. So for tapping, you just have to remove this plastic part, this white part, and then you will also use a connector like this, but you'll have to remove the yellow plastic part, and then you'll have to bend it a little so it will fit on this hole right here. The USB is stuck in because if we will be running this exact wire going on the head unit, we'll have to remove it each and every time we remove this panel. So since we have it tucked in, we'll need a separate USB extension. For the USB extension, we have it right here. So here's the female, and then the wire will be running this way. So you'll just have to follow the existing harness and it will go that way, and we'll have it right here. So we will now install it and we'll be right back. Alright guys, the head unit is now installed. So we have a 2-din panel right here and everything fits perfectly. Just a quick note, whenever you are installing a head unit, be sure that the excess harness are below the head unit body, and as much as possible you should have a room behind the body, and that's for cooling purposes. Perfect. I know that there are also other methods on how to install the head unit, like omitting the interface module, but this is the method wherein you don't have to do any splicing on your stock harness. So if you care about preserving your stock harness, this is the way to go. And if you have any questions regarding the installation, don't hesitate to ask. The comment section is all yours. So that will be all. I'll see you on the next video, and thanks for watching.
Perfect.